Hey, welcome back to Computers for the Completely Clueless.
Here we are, Lee.
Yeah, I'm still doing the punch. I like that punch.
That's all right. So we've looked at a few websites. The next ones we're going to look at have to do with news and weather.
Popular items.
One thing that's great about the web is it's always up to date. And my favorite news site is not really from a news organization. It's from a company you may have heard of called Google.
Yeah.
And what Google does is they, since they're kind of keeping an eye on web traffic that's out there, what they do is they look for the top stories that are being produced almost by the minute, and they bring them all into one page. And I really like that because it's really efficient. I'm not tied into one news outlet or another.
There are a lot of news aggregators out there.
Oh, there are.
Google does an outstanding job.
They do, and in the usual Google fashion, it's very simple. It's easy to use. It's categorized well. So let's take a quick look at Google News. Now, the address is a little bit different from what people are used to because it's news.google.com. So the news comes in front of the Google name.
You know, I want to just get rid of that news thing again and show people from the beginning page because this is an important thing too. If you get to Google, you have a link right here to news.
Yes, you do.
So
but
it's right on
if you click that link, there we go. That takes us to the same place. And the other thing is when you're here, if you do a search, you're not searching the entire Google database. You're only searching for news stories. So if we scroll down a little bit, of course, the top news story today is the day after the election. So that's our top news story. But you look at the what I like is the variety of news outlets. So there's this article about President-elect Obama, top stories from New York Times. But if I just go down a little bit more, I can also go to CBS, New York Daily News, CNN, BBC, whoever.
Very international.
Right. So I'm not locked into one, source for my news. I can be a little more expansive. And everything is categorized really well. So even if I want to look at the latest sporting news, I can just go down and click on sports. And here I'm going to have the latest news that has to do with all sorts of different kinds of sports. So it's really great. And by the way, Google News on the iPhone is really fabulous.
Oh, that's true, too. Yeah.
Now, weather, Lee. Let's talk about the weather. Is there anybody better than just old weather.com?
Well, that would be an opinion, but weather.com does a very good job.
Yeah, I know. There's a great website called Weather Underground that I like to use a lot, too. But weather.com really is again, kind of like that government website, very easy to use, very intuitive. So one of the things I like about weather.com is it's really easy to put in your location. And you can just do it by typing in the zip code and then saving that. And the browser will remember. So the next time you come back to weather.com, it already knows that you live in Boynton Beach. And so it's going to give you the information about now. It'll give you
my
extended
favorite
hour by hour, Lee.
I love hour by hour, especially when I'm planning something outside, because down here it can change a lot, hour by hour.
Okay. So you can actually see the forecast throughout the entire day.
We have a beautiful day.
Oh, it's a gorgeous day here in Florida. So, and you can look at 10-day forecasts. If you're traveling, it's really great. Because you can look up the city where you're going to, and you can find out what kind of clothes to pack.
Did you know that if you click on this and you have another one in there, like I put in 33414, different zip code, when you come back again and you start to click on this, it'll remember multiple ones.
Oh, that's right.
It makes a drop down.
So all you have to do is type in 33, I bet, and
this one's not going to do it for me naturally. You know what? I forgot. We're using an older browser here. We need to get a newer browser.
But it's very intuitive, very easy to use, great way to find weather information. Weather.com. Anybody can use weather.com.
And you don't have to put in a zip code if you don't know. You can put in something like, let's put in...
say we're traveling to Dallas.
Dallas. And it'll also look up and say, well, which Dallas are you looking for? So
there's more than one?
Well, these different regions...
Isn't one enough?
One is enough.
That's what I thought.
A little cloudy there.
Right.
But we also have a radar map if we want to. And, we're spending a lot of time on this because all these sites are so much... information. It's so much fun to use.
Full, and of course, Weather Channel does this for free because they want you to go watch the Weather Channel.
Yeah.
And I'm all right with that. And
there's some storms up here. So
great.
We can drag the map down there.
That's sweet. And you can zoom in. And I think are they using Yahoo Maps for this? I can't remember if it's Microsoft service. But the service is phenomenal. I mean, it's very accurate. And as you can see, you can check weather in lots of different places, so you can look around the country.
They're using Microsoft Globe Explorer.
Okay, that's what I thought. So very interesting, and it opens right up. Now,
what if you want to do it yourself?
Let's talk about doing stuff, Lee, because it's not enough to sit at the computer all the time.
No, you've got to go out and
you've got to go out
kitchen
and
up
do stuff. So the next 3 websites we want to talk about have to do with finding out information and getting some background knowledge that you might need in order to do something. Now, I put up this one up here, DIYnetwork.com.
Yeah, it's a good
what I
site.
like about DIYnetwork.com is most of their tutorials or their instructional stuff is done in video format. So, and it's particularly good for like home improvements and those kind of practical sort of things that you need to do at home. So, oh look, how to remove a bumper sticker. That's a good one since the election's just over.
That is a real good one.
Now, how do you take a bumper sticker off of your car? Well, you just kind of, and again.
And here it's telling you down here, but you could go to a printed version too.
Right.
They give you a good example there.
Okay.
And softening it using a hair dryer.
Interesting.
Never would have thought of that, huh?
Right, right.
And after getting the adhesive off, and it basically walks you through step by
Right, and
step.
again, just like some of the other ones, everything's organized into categories. So if you look over on the left, we looked at bumper stickers, and so now we know we're in the automotive category.
Yeah.
So if I want to find out something about how to do, body work, gee, can I do that myself? Maybe I'll look and see if I'm even possible that I could do it myself.
I'm going to leave that one alone.
Yeah, many of these things here I wouldn't take on, but I like to do home improvement projects, and or I don't like to do them.
Yeah, you've got a lot of talent.
I do enjoy getting the results finished of crafts, woodworking. Let's go to the next one because we're going to run out of time here.
We always do.
And this one was suggested, this is about.com. Now, this is a website that's been around for quite a long time.
Yeah, and it's getting better, too.
Yeah, for a while there, they were so overrun with ads that I stopped using it. The information was good, but there was so much advertising I couldn't get to the good information. But they've really cleaned their act up. And sort of like DIY Network, they have a lot of great information about how to do things, and background information about all sorts of stuff. So, again, Lee did a little search here on how to remove a bumper sticker.
And
you're going to find all sorts of websites that will have that information. But one of the things I like about about.com is the articles are written by experts in all sorts of different areas. Yeah. So it could be relationships, it could be auto maintenance, it could be home improvement, it could be
it's a little bit broader than DIY.
It's huge. It really is huge, and worth a visit when you want to get some good background information on something you're curious about.
Hey, we've got about a minute left.
Let's
look at this one.
And this is a great fun one, and this was recommended by one of the guys on the camera crew. In fact, we actually have a prop.
Yeah, this is something, this is called Instructables, and it shows you how to make things out of simple things you have around the house or the office.
Yeah, it is really
neat.
And,
our group here, Courtney gave this to us. This is an enterprise made just from CDs, paper clips, and Sharpies.
And we won't, try to make any sort of conclusions about how geeky we are that this is cool, but that's cool.
It's a pretty cool thing.
Doing those kind of things that you can make fun stuff. Just out of household items. That's pretty neat. And so Instructables, I think we had to throw in there just for something fun to do. And
well, let's come back and look at some other tools that we use quite regularly.
Okay, super.
So we'll be right back. Stay with us.